namaste, namaste. And Dalai Lama, cause I'm searching for better days. Tijuana, I'm cutting through this with my switchblade to katanas, cause I've learned something from years of head hunting. If I got something to say, then I'ma say something. A glutton for all these beatings and fighting for what I'm loving. If the whole world's throwing out sparks, I keep on trucking, yeah. I ain't got time for y'all to get your heads right. I'll find some rope and you can go and hang tight. It's getting dark, dark as midnight. This beat swinging so hard, we in the...
It's a stadium so big, you can easily spot it flying into Dallas-Fort Worth for a game. This is AT&T Stadium here in Arlington. We've reached the halfway mark of the regular season. A lot of work left to do as we're away in Week 9. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Love throwing to start us off. Watson with the catch. It's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers take a 6-0 lead right away. Christian Watson with the touchdown. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. Bass now to kick this away. Power squib kick is taken in. This return makes it up to the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Cougar 19.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Viking 18.
Back-to-back carries here. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Pickup of 2 here. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
70 range. Panther 11.
To the air, Taylor. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, these DNs love to get after the quarterback, but the most well-rounded of them are the guys who can anchor your run defense too. Mission accomplished.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11.
19 Lions. Take go.
Taylor now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So that brings up 4th and long. Love that call, Brock, going for the slant route, trying to move the chains, but the defense read it all the way. They had somebody right there ready to knock that ball out.
You know, if there's one thing consistent with you, Kate, you do love that route.
I love that route, man.
You love the slant. I know. It's from your childhood of watching Jerry and Joe and the Niners do it so well. But this defense, they knew what was coming, and he was able to separate that slant from the ball before it could ever get going.
Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And the Packers will take over possession. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Love out of the shotgun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
A 2nd down throw here for Love. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Throwing his Love on 3rd. And this is incomplete. Took the check down for granted. He's lucky that wasn't picked and taken the other way. 4th down coming up.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
The Packers send out their punting unit. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. They've got 1st down from the 31. Here's a give up the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Dumps it off to his running back. And he's brought down for a loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
Packers into a nickel defense, 3rd down.
Ready? 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Hut, hut.
Throwing, Taylor. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Packers take over on his 5th interception of the season. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
Now, what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
Thrown on 1st down, Love. That's brought in by Miller. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
2nd and 6 now. That finds Miller complete. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be first down, Packers. Love from the gun. Brought in close to the 8. And he drives this forward to the 6. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a first and goal. From the red zone now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Love to throw again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Pass was thrown for Christian Watson. And now it'll be third and goal. Shotgun now for Love. And he's got it. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers pull out in front further, 13-zip. Bass on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Bass now to kick this away. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Brought in inside the 20. There it is. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys reach pay dirt for the first time this game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right? Yep. Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker, and now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Love now. That's caught, Tucker Kraft. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. He cuts it to the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. Still on the move, coming to the line for first and 10. Working inside the red zone. Cut near the goal line. It's a Green Bay touchdown. Bass on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Packers double their lead to 14. Bass now to kick this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Set. Hawk 70, Hawk Panther 11, Panther 11. 19 Lion. Trap 60, Trap 60. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Taylor. On the move, headed right. Now he takes it. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Brought down by Quay Walker.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
21, Cowboys 7.
Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They'll have 2nd and 7 to deal with. Throwing off the play fake here. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Picked up. Now he loses the ball. And they pick it up. Time to push for that marker. And the Cowboys will be down inside the opposing 35 as they take over after that interception. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again following the sack. Hits his running back. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Edger and Cooper there to make the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. He brings it in. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Here we go, here we go. Set go.
He'll throw it yet again. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. They give it to him up the middle. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire 1st half. They drop him behind the line. Offense up to the line fast.
19,
They'll keep it on the ground. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Cowboys parlay the interception into points. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop them on 3rd and goal.
That one right down the middle. And the Cowboys chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Throwing, Love. Cut by Miller. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. First down throw, here's Love. Connects on the crosser. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down. Love out of the shotgun. Finds his man. It's Kraft. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. 2nd and 3 now. Here's Love to throw. That's incomplete left side.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. He cuts it back right. And he runs this one in. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers take a 13-point lead. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. Pressure off left, and it's blocked. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. Reaches the 40. At the 20. And against all odds, they get the block and return it all the way for 2 points.
It's far from this kicker's first NFL campaign, but I bet you it's one of the first kicks he's seen turn into points on the other side. Hey, listen, fault is shared by everybody, but I'm sure he'd prefer this to be the last time it happens in his lengthy career.
After seeing his point after blocks, he's got to stay out there and kick it off. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Hand off to the back. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10 now. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Ready? 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. 18 Pioneer. Go.
Looking to throw, Taylor. Went to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. And it's the Cowboys. With it on 4th and 10. The Cowboys sending out their punting unit. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. Oh, and it's a fake. Punter with the football. This is caught. And the fake works to perfection. He's got the first down. The defense calls a timeout. So that's their first. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
Here we go, set. Set, go.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Panther 60, Panther 79 Broncos.
Man in motion here. Back to the air here on 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route complete. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. First down, ball at the 36.
Come on. Mustang 19. Ready?
Throwing it again here. Hits him on the out route. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Brought down by Quay Walker. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it, second. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
Set. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready?
Throwing, Taylor. Ferguson there to bring it in. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Brought down by Quay Walker.
It was as if the defense knew what play was coming. That was a play they knew they could defend, and boy, did they ever, stopping it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done?
Riggs. Get up.
Now it's Taylor. Big gain downfield. Touchdown, Dallas. Now the second time we've had the privilege of calling a touchdown pass to him in this opening half, Brock, and you're starting to get the feeling that he isn't done yet.
Well, but defensively, Kate, you got to do something different. It's kind of like a pitcher who gives up a home run and then a second home run to that same guy. You are not going to give him a pitch to hit, and this defense has got to start taking this receiver away.
His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
On the jump.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Go. Set the ring. Hut, hut.
Here's Love. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And a solid gain gets them across the 45 before he goes out. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
That finds Miller, complete. And he gets this forward to the 19. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. Running back sent in motion. Thrown on 1st down, Love. Forced out to his right. He's running with it.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that 1st down marker. He found one of the two, but the defense and that effort swarming after him, well, it denies the 1st down.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Shotgun now for Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Pass didn't work on 2nd. Let's see how that affects this 3rd down. Love from the gun. Buys time, rolling right. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now.
Taylor finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Taylor now. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
70 Timberwolf, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Ready?
Here's Taylor. Brought in close to the 8. He takes it into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys take the lead right away in half number 2. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cowboys push their lead to 3. Smith has it on the tee, and it's ready to send it flying. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a first and 10. Love. That's brought in by Miller. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. From the 33 on second down. Escapes out to the left. He can run it.
You know, that play is so indicative of what we see in training camps all over football. Pursue, pursue, pursue. Blanketed coverage on the back end, and look at that defense fly. No gain on the play, but it very much feels like a sack for that defense.
Throwing his Love on third. Along the sideline, he brings it in. They say he got the feet down too. Excellent work. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Takes the handoff, now Love. Finds a man, right side. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Green Bay first down. Play fake, it's Love. Catch is made sideline. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And it'll be first down, Packers.
Let's go. Big smash. 18, right here.
Working inside the red zone. And he'll take this one in for the Green Bay touchdown. The Packers grab the lead on their first series of the half. Bass gets the extra point to go. And the Packers take a 4-point lead.
Cowboys 30. Packers at 7
Well, good news here. This is one kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
at their own 30-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10.
Ready?
Throwing from the gun here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge. There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. It may be time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has. Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. They kick the running back in motion. Third and long for him here. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a fourth down.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Hunter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they're going to take over possession. A nice starting spot for the Packers this drive. First and 10 coming up. Love out of the shotgun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again following the sack. Cut by Miller. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He can take it to the house.
Here he is on third and long. He put everything he had into this one. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And this will be his second effort of the contest. Got 44 yards on his first kick, Brock, and this one looks to be longer. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it's going to be their football coming up.
Ready up.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Here we go. Set.
To the air, Taylor. Completed to his running back. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
At the 19-yard line.
From the 19. That's completed right side. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
A touchdown aside in that frame. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
Go!
Looking to throw, Taylor. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well.
And the defender comes away with it.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. On 1st and 10, here's Love. And they take him down right along the 30. They manage 22 on the rip and a 1st down. Handoff here to Jacobs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Offense in the hurry up here. Here's 2nd and 11. Chased out to his right. He takes it himself. Oh, he lost the football. And the Cowboys scoop it up.
You're using this play to try for a 1st down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Escapes the pocket. He wisely avoids contact, sliding down there. That played good enough for a 1st. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Let's go now.
Here's Taylor to throw. And they pick him off again. And the Packers will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. Well, okay, I guess we've got a couple of very giving teams today, Brock. One side coughs it up with a fumble, then the other side graciously hands it right back with the interception.
Hey, listen, if you like playmaking defenses, then you like this game right here. These defenses, they're the ones supplying the big plays, and they're putting their stamp on this game.
Wow, wide open here, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
Cut near the goal line. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Jacobs on 3rd and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Packers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. Extra point up and good from Bass. And the Packers drive their lead to 11.
Cowboys 30. Tyler Bass set the kickoff.
After seeing his point after blocked, he's got to stay out there and kick it off. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Throwing, Taylor. He's on the move. And he works this to the 38 before going down. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Cowboys at a 2-score deficit. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. Here's Taylor. It's caught, Ferguson. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Has him on the quick hitter. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock's still running.
60 by 6, 60 by 6. Panther 60, Panther 60.
Motioning him from the slot right.
Go.
Looking to throw it. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short.
You know, that type of play is so doggone impressive, not just because it saves a touchdown. He had timed that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or letting him establish possession for the score.
They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Finds his man. It's Kraft. That play good for 17 on a 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
This one taken in by Kraft. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now.
Loves to throw again. Cut at the 10-yard line. And he drives this forward to the 6. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
So it's the visiting Packers who pick up the win. And this was the type of response you always hope to see after a loss, Brock. Get right back out there and find a way to win the following week. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Packers are your winners as we say so long from Dallas.